Good evening, welcome. The toss has happened in Ahmedabad and the Indian team has won the toss, which is also a rare occurrence. I was a bit nervous when they lost the toss versus Pakistan, then was very happy that Pakistan chose to
bowl.
Put India into bat in Colombo. Anyway, this time India has won the toss. It's an inconsequential game for India because they have qualified for the Super 8s. Actually now all Super 8 slots are done. All 8 teams we now know that have qualified, that after Pakistan became the final team to qualify for the Super 8s. They've beaten Namibia convincingly by a margin of more than 100 runs. That's something that we'll talk about. But before we dive into the Pakistan win today and how the top 8 are looking like, India's news, as I said, they'll be batting first after having won the toss in 2 changes. Arshdeep Singh comes in for Kuldeep Yadav. And second change is Washington Sundar is coming in for Axar, who they are just resting. So basically India had a chance to experiment with a few things. One is a tactical change. You knew that Arshdeep will come in on a pitch where you need a fast bowler. In Colombo, we knew they'll play an extra spinner. So Arshdeep had to come in, and I think Washi is more of a tactical way of looking at your multiple options, because going forward you may have to look at those options. So Axar, they're resting and Washi is playing.
I mean, Washi in his IPL home ground, Ahmedabad, Gujarat Titans.
Where he doesn't bowl, he's a batter.
Yeah.
But today he'll be asked to bowl.
Yes. Because we saw in the Delhi game, I mean in the Namibia match before that, he was practicing and doing the drills very intensely, both batting and bowling. Batting more so. So it was only a matter of time whether we were going to get Washington Sundar in for any of the matches. Now it's an inconsequential game. We know our lineup also. What's our Super 8 lineup that's there? So yeah, better to play him now rather than play with your core in Axar Patel and all for the 3 games that you'll play in Ahmedabad, Chennai and Kolkata. Good move.
I think you got some sort of signs in yesterday's practice also, where Arshdeep was one of the few bowlers. While looking at the conditions, you thought that change was almost sort of certain, but Arshdeep was one of the few fast bowlers who turned up. Otherwise, it was a spin-heavy session as we saw yesterday. Washi was seen with an extended session, and yeah. While this goes against, one thing I must point out, we were given to understand there won't be any experiments per se by Sutanshu Kotak. So you were looking at possibly just the kind of 11 that you would be playing against South Africa on Sunday. So this is something that just surprises me a bit, because we were told no experiments per se, and then there is a Washi who gets introduced.
I don't know. I think what he said at the toss is that Axar is resting.
Resting,
Yeah.
Does he want to be rested now? Considering like, okay, how many matches? I mean, he's had a long break also. I mean, did he play the ODIs? I can't recollect that he played the ODI. He played only the T20Is. And there has been a significant gap that's been there. And okay, he was the star with the ball against Pakistan, 2 for 29. He did get those 2 crucial wickets. You want to rest him in front of his real hometown in Ahmedabad, where he's got a fantastic record, Axar Patel. That is surprising, but then you don't want to rest a Rinku and get a Washington. You can't play 3 spinners anyway. So better you rest one of the all-rounders.
I think more than resting, they just want to be sure that given a certain condition where they may have to bring a Washi alongside Axar also. Because if you remember ahead of the Pakistan game, Mr. Gavaskar was of the opinion that instead of Kuldeep, you would have gone with a Washi so that they can get a longish batting lineup. But maybe in scenarios going ahead, if they feel the need, so maybe give Washi some game time. And is a possibility, maybe someday they might want to opt for Washi over Axar if a team has a lot of left-handers. Never know. So I think this isn't so much about experimenting, it's also giving Washi some game time. Because in certain situation he might be a first choice all-round, spin all-rounder. Not first choice spinner will always be Varun. Yeah. But first choice spin all-rounder, he could go ahead of Axar. I mean,
the race has begun when you look at it.
I mean, there's no harm seeing what he can offer. I mean, I'd still go with an Axar.
But in his IPL home ground, they just want to check it out. So
yeah. Anyway, the big news is coming out of Colombo from the SSC. 102-run victory for Pakistan.
Yeah. I mean, it just showed that it is all mental when it comes to Pakistan. I mean, they somehow have this mental block against India that they just can't seem to win. Otherwise, against the minnows and all of them, they have absolutely romped home this time, except against the Netherlands. Against the US, US they were in a bit of trouble, but they bounced back. No, they were
But
in
is,
control.
is it mental versus an interesting point to make that versus India it's all mental?
I don't think so.
It is mental.
I think there is a stark difference in class.
Yeah, I think it's skill quality also.
Skill quality.
It's easy
as
for
well.
Saibzada Farhan to hammer all other players like he wants
Is
to.
the documentary now coming?
No, documentary is secondary. I mean, I don't know. I'm just
Well, they could be feasting on today's win for all you know.
See, credit where credit is due. They played well again.
Yeah.
It was a do or die game for them, and winning by 102 run margin, a convincing win. They'll take all the positives from this game. They've ticked a lot of. I mean, two of their spinners picking up 7 wickets. I
Usman
think
Tariq.
Usman Tariq picking up 4, and I must say that we hadn't seen much of him before the India game. He had a decent outing versus India too. Picked up 1 wicket. Economy also very good, 6 and over. Didn't get hammered, and now to pick up 4 wickets. So he's not all hype. There is something that he brings to the table definitely, and I'm not surprised because sometimes we hadn't been accustomed to him. But as you remember in our previews, Harbhajan Singh had spoken about saying that I've seen him a lot in IL T20. He's a good bowler. He has variation. So again, him having taken 4 wickets again. I'm not comparing them to what might happen versus India. I don't think anything that they've done can be compared to what will happen against India. So, to your point, I don't know whether it's mental, even if it is mental to an extent, but I think majority of it is because there's a huge difference in scale. I mean, Usman Tariq can take 4 wickets of Namibia batters, but I don't think he'll be able to do that versus India. Or for that matter, Saibzada Farhan getting this, he feasted on some of the bowlers. You don't get those kind of deliveries from Indian bowlers also.
Yeah, I mean, Saibzada Farhan gave you, barring his ridiculous celebration that he had in the Asia Cup, did give an account of himself that yes, he can tackle the Indian paces also.
In fact, before that India game, had played 3 matches versus India, had 2 50s and a 40.
Yeah.
So he's not been that bad. But see, that also reiterates this point. I mean, as I said, for Pakistan, they might say, okay, we've ticked a lot of boxes, we're looking good. But now, truth be told, their bowling wasn't so much of a problem. Everyone knew, even when you were playing against India, batting is the issue, right? But even now, what does this tell you about this batting? I think even before the India game, I was saying, when is it that Pakistan can challenge India? Maybe on a day that Saibzada Farhan has a good day. Where he gets those 60-70, maybe you're in with the chance. What has changed now? You've done well. Also on a day that Saibzada Farhan has had a good day. Na?
Yeah.
So is your batting, everyone else telling you that they are a good batting unit? No. I think a good batting unit is like a batting unit like India.
Yeah.
Where if it's Suryakumar Yadav or Ishan Kishan or Shivam Dubey or someone else stepping out. In Pakistan's case, you've learned nothing new versus the Namibia win. You knew this before the Namibia game started. You know it now that their batting is entirely dependent on Saibzada Farhan. He fires, they win. If he doesn't fire, you not.
I mean, today
It's more like what you've been seeing with Afghanistan as well. If Gurbaz and the other one, if they fire, they're good. Otherwise, they've struggled.
They struggle. I mean, when you look.
But in Afghanistan's case, their lower order also not bad, like
Nabi
and Rashids of the world.
Then there is
but still not a
Oversight.
very good.
Yeah,
good,
but I'm saying a lot about how they fare in a match depends on how, if the runs come from the opening pair or not. Heavily reliant.
I mean, look at what they did in the tactics today. Look at what. Did Shaheen Afridi bowl? No, he wasn't picked at all. Did Babar Azam come out to bat? No.
But see, I'll tell you what. I think that was tactical. See, Pakistan realizes there's a role for Babar, and that role is when there is a collapse, he's the one who's supposed to steady the ship. Now, many may laugh over that because that's exactly what was expected out of him in that India game. The kind of shot that he played after 9 runs had already come in that over gives you no sign that he's doing the job that he's asked to do. But it's a clear cut. That's why they've kept him. Otherwise, if you're going to have this sort of a batting effort when they have a good start, everyone's got a good strike rate, then I agree. There's no space for Babar to then come and bat. But I think there is some utility of Babar for Pakistan. It's on a day where you're 30 for 3. And then you expect that he holds one end up, like what Tilak on occasion does for India, and everyone else then
rallies
plays
around.
the attacking role. I think that's the role for Babar.
That is the role.
Otherwise, after the shot that he played versus India, they were clamoring for him being
to be axed.
chucked out. But they're not chucked out.
Yeah.
Babar means that they see him perform that role.
Again, why do I say mental? Look at Fahim Ashraf, he bowled. You needed Fahim Ashraf more than Shaheen Afridi in Colombo with his cutters. He didn't get a single ball.
Actually, in fact, this, from Pakistan's point of view, this is a better lineup for them.
Yeah.
Where you can then, especially in spin-friendly conditions, and they're going to be playing in Colombo. Even if they reach the semis or the finals, which again is very far, but if they have to, their ideal scenario should be this only. Fahim Ashraf should be the second fast bowler. One fast bowler, Naseem Shah or Mirza. One of them has to be there. And majority of their spinners, I think what they did well was Abrar going out. And you got that Nafe in So what that did is, actually now they bat deep. They bat till number 9. The batting is still number 9. The only one, Salman Mirza, Usman Tariq, only 2 people who can't bat. But so this actually, and yet they have spin bowling options. They've got spin bowling option in
Nawaz,
Saeed Mayoob,
Shadab,
Nawaz
and Tariq.
4 spinners you already have.
Yeah.
4 spinners, 2 fast bowlers. I think you can. This is a better. It gives a slightly more all-round. And because Pakistan's batting so weak, they need that cushion. They need batting till night.
And the pitch. That success that they had against Australia prior to the start of the T20 World Cup came on spinning decks. And it was the spin that rattled the Aussies. That spin web was something they could just not contend with. They need to do exactly the same over here. These are conditions they must be extremely happy to be in, because if they were hypothetically playing on surfaces in India, or the kind of surfaces you're getting in India, if they were in Sri Lanka, then this philosophy wouldn't have worked. They really would have needed a fast bowler too over there, which they lack at the moment in terms of quality. Shahin's not turned out to be the guy they thought they would have eventually. Naseem has been in and out of the side.
Naseem's been injured.
So their biggest tool, their biggest threat is their spin.
In that Australia series, what did they do? They batted first on 2 occasions and they won comprehensively. Again, I say mental, because there can be no other way by which in Colombo you bat second. If you had looked at the trends in the T20 World Cup.
No, but what do you mean by mental now? Now that you say, is it mental that they're not using the grey matter, or is it mental that you are under mental pressure? Because what you're saying about the toss is not about the mental pressure. It's about not using the grey matter.
It is.
So what do you
what do you mean by mental?
Mental pressure is you're so spooked by India at this point.
So it's pressure.
But that, no. If you're saying pressure mental,
your tactics are all over the place.
But
so much so that they goofed up at the toss.
That is the second mental bit, which is where you're not using the grey matter. That mental. What you are trying to say is that it is more about pressure. But in the pressure, you won't take that call. In fact, as I think, if you took a lot of pressure, then the safer option would be to bat first.
Bat first, yeah.
Because you can't chase. That's what I'm trying to say. If you have a mental block, is what you're trying to refer, that you don't know whether we can go past it yet, then common sense will tell you, you bat first, get whatever, because your strongest suit is your bowling. And then in the second half, try from your bowling to contain whatever they have and try and put pressure. See, look at Asia Cup in that sense, right? India were chasing, and it wasn't a great start, and they came close. Close. It was an outstanding knock that Tilak played that day, but 35-5, India were under the pump, right? Game could have gone anywhere. That works for them. If you have mental block or mental pressure, why would you want to take your weaker suit in the second half and chase it down? Because that needs to do the big job, which is to chase under pressure on a tough pitch. That is what you would do. So I think it's not the mental issue that you talk about, mental block. I think it is the mental issue of not using what's up here by taking. Who in the world? And again, I'm not saying it's hindsight. As soon as that happened, I was at the ground. I had a big smile on my face. Now, what have they done? I was listening to some commentary of Waqar and Wasim. I think they were also saying that.
What have you done?
What have you done?
Exactly.
What have you done?
That was the first reaction.
Their mental block nahi hai.
Mental gone. It's not a block. It's gone.
Bizarre decision.
It is.
Not that they would have fared much better, but I'm just saying they could have saved themselves the embarrassment of the kind of loss that they had this way. Had they batted first also, truth be told, I don't think
about
they would have
130
than 35 versus this
Indian. It is around 16-17 then.
Yeah, and India would have chased it. It would have still lost convincingly, but I'm saying would have saved themselves the embarrassment of Mr. Naqvi having to leave 6 down. At least you would have stayed till the...
So Naqvi has reasons to leave in every single aspect. I mean, if he has to have a look at his own sports, I mean, not just cricket, in hockey also look at the embarrassment.
Disastrous.
That's the question.
Absolute shame.
And the thing is, the hockey captain is now reached Lahore. By the way, I don't know, they landed there and everyone's talking about the press conference. I saw videos. There was not a single car that came to pick them up or a bus. They were booking Ubers and randomly. And in the Uber, some people could not afford that. He said, how will you go? He said, oh, he'll drop me. So somebody else who's booked an Uber said, okay, I'll drop you. So basically Uber share. Uber.
Pool.
They had to do a pool to be dropped. And then to hear their players saying that they were washing dishes, washing clothes. You've gone to play versus Australia. And I mean, I can empathize with those players. Hockey is such a tiring sport. You play that 160-minute game. You need time to recovery. You're tired, sleep. And they'll have to go back and they were washing their clothes and washing dishes and the food that they were eating. It's abysmal.
It's abysmal. Which is why I don't understand why.
And then they are threatening them that don't say this.
Yeah.
First they can't provide. The Sarkar can't provide. And then the poor guy, they put the videos out. And then later I saw those videos of them and the sad conditions they were in. And then he issued a statement saying, no, there is nothing true in this. We are absolutely fine. We got everything.
But they backtracked.
He came here. No, because he was threatened.
Yeah.
That you have to say, you have to backtrack because people in India are watching, they played that India card, nationality card. Oh, Indians will make fun of us, don't say it. But he obviously could not bear it anymore. He came back and said, no, we were that's even worse. One, you can't provide. That's one.
Then coercing.
And then you force them, Like, I'll give an example. We were talking about it. Like, there was a goof up in the AI summit when that university has done that. Yes. But rather than brush it under the carpet, what have you done? You have said, no, this was a miss on our part. How did we allow a party like that? Please pack up your bags and leave.
Yes.
Rather than saying, no, don't say anything, don't show anything, brush it under the carpet. I mean, that's even worse. You're forcing your national team, hockey team, to threatening them that we're not providing anything. And now say also, that you're okay.
Just look at the interpretation again. This should not be about how India looks at it. Exactly. And why India for everything, boss? Look within. It's not just going to be India that's going to be, we're not having a laugh at them or anything like that. And
which people will be.
See, you can. I'm
just saying. I'm loving it.
No, but
because see,
I must say one thing. It's we need to shed this thing. We need to shed this thing of looking into Pakistan. And Pakistan, I'll tell you why. We talked about India, Pakistan on the cricket field being at different planes, different class. In every walk of life, I say that. Again, back in school, I was chided for not getting enough marks or not being one of the top 3. I was never told, look at the one who's finished at the bottom and see how well off you've been. It's that difference. Again, why are we looking at somebody so inferior?
About India, see, I agree from India's point of view. I think a lot of people say that as well. I loved what Javed Akhtar said one day, So somebody said about, about being very militant-like or, how do I say, quite radical in your religious thought. And, you said that, we also have to be like that in India. Because look, in Pakistan, if you did that, they would come after you if you said something against the religion or something. Well, it was an amazing comment by it. He said, why are you looking at Pakistan? You have a freedom here to say anything. And you are saying because wahan tum bologe to maar denge. And you are quoting that as an example. They should be quoting it as an example that here you can freely discuss anything you want. And that should be the greatness that we should be proud of in India rather than saying. But the point is, it's not about should India look at Pakistan. I think this is more about Pakistan looking at India.
That's
which I don't blame. See,
their existence is based on that.
Not that. It's not about that. It's about always trying to aspire to be like India. See, they try to aspire to be like India because India is
an inferiority complex
so much
that they are
better. So they will try to be, we don't want to be embarrassed. Why don't we have an economy like this? Why don't we have, let's say, a cricket team like this? Why don't we have, by the way, again, as I said,
these are scars of partition then.
No, that's not, I'm not looking. I'm saying even if it was
it's a different.
It's got nothing to do with that, Harshit. I'm saying for Indians to look at Pakistan and draw inspiration sounds odd and funny. Why would you want to be inspired from a country that is running itself down. You don't want to be. But other hand, though, it will always be there now. Pakistan will always try to be inspired by India because everything they're doing right. So there's nothing wrong. So I'm saying from their point of view, if they said Indians will make fun of it, I can understand that. See, they're anyway quite
You
embarrassed.
have other neighbors, you have other nations. We're looking at the West in so many aspects and so many things.
The West, so they can't aspire to right now. They have to
No,
deal with.
but they're dealing with the West so often when it comes to monetary matters. So might as well want to become.
They're not competing. They're getting money from them. Competing, they want to be at the same level, and there's an aspiration. You may like it or not. There's an aspiration, and I mean, for the sake of Pakistan, if they can aspire to be like India, they'll only do better, na?
Of
My point is
course.
that. They'll only do better as a country if they can achieve the kind of democracy that we have or the setup that we have.
History is repeating itself. I mean, when you look at it, 7 years ago, why couldn't Pakistan participate entirely in the Pro League? Because they ran out of funds. Midway through the tournament, they ran out of funds. Now, even when you look at the irony, if Pakistan couldn't have competed, New Zealand should have competed. But even New Zealand hockey don't have money. That's why they couldn't.
Yeah, but at least they won't be washing their clothes and
They won't
they
be. They won't be.
They won't not have team hotels and be stranded.
That is the
At least
problem.
that will be there.
The Pro League is a very expensive tournament to run for two simple reasons. One, you've got 3 legs in different parts of the globe with different logistics. I mean, India now at home are finished. They are now, the only thing common with Pakistan is they are joint bottom with them.
Quite literally, we got finished in
No,
this
but
leg.
that's also, see, the difference is, and see, your sport is a reflection of where you are as a country. By the way, Pakistan has a very rich hockey history.
Yeah.
They have 4 World Cups.
Most
India has
by
one.
any.
Okay, they have 4 World Cups. India has 1. They have 3 hockey gold medals as well. I know you'll compare it to India's 8, but remember, India won a lot of it when it was a combined India-Pakistan that played Olympic Games, and you won that. After independence, they won 3 gold medals as well, Pakistan, right?
Yeah.
And till very recently, I'll say till about the early 2000s as well, they used to look like the much
5,
stronger
6.
team. Yeah. After that, they've had a dip. So they have a rich hockey history, but now to reach a stage where they don't have any money, they can't afford a foreign coach. I believe they have an annual budget of something like 20 lakh Indian rupees. Annual budget. One tour will cost you that much.
Exactly.
Money.
Yeah.
That's their annual budget. While as an Indian you enjoy Pakistan losing, but somewhere as a sport fan your heart also goes out for any sportsman if he has to be dealt with like this, where he comes to the airport and is looking
at today is a day where we were looking at images of Rishabh Pant while he's recuperating and all. He was in a sprawling garden. He was relaxing. He was just coming back into his own, and that's just part of an athlete, right? How he manages to take care of himself. This is the kind of infrastructure, resources that you want any national level or an international level athlete to be having. It's a given, right?
That's because he gets the money from one IPL, which is 100 times more than the entire annual budget of the hockey team.
Yeah.
Where are you comparing? Individual.
This is what
Money
you
that
want.
is-
This is what ideally players are washing utensils, etc., washing their own washrooms, making their own beds. When you
As a sport lover, my heart goes out. I wish they can get decent facilities because everyone deserves that. Every national team deserves that. But I think it's their fault.
Yeah, I mean, the problem
it's
is
the same from that interview that we were all talking about
Of the
captain
Ahmad Butt.
Ahmad. He says that it's the same syndrome.
The detailed story is up on Sports Today.
It is.
So
I mean,
people, for those of you who don't know exactly the context, you can see the story as well, which has sound bites, those visuals.
yes, it's there.
You must totally have a look at this. It's got a head start as well. But point being that yes, when the captain on his home turf upon
3 consecutive ducks for Abhishek Sharma.
My
1 ball, 4 ball, 3 ball. 8 balls in this ICC T20 World Cup. Abhishek's fallen for a duck on all 3.
Abhishek Sharma is yet to get off
The mark in the
and the
T20
group
World
stage
Cup.
is over for India.
Yes, he's not gotten off the mark. in the
Group stage
at
done.
all.
There's not a single
He
run.
didn't play one game.
Yeah, but 3 appearances,
goodness.
more appearances than runs for Abhishek. Who thought after
3,
11 days of
0,
the
8.
T20 World Cup we'll be saying that?
3 matches, 0 runs, 8 balls. That's it.
Let's quickly take some comments. If Shivam can stop, then we can take.
Comment he predicted before Abhishek 0.
Oh,
So you want to point that out?
well,
But till the time you can't find it, can we take a
Yes.
few comments? Shivam?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's,
Ashish, sir.
हाँ.
Looking at Pak spinners and conditions in Colombo, both England and New Zealand will struggle in Super 8. Sri Lanka and Pakistan likely in SF from Group 2. Could happen. Could happen. Because see, New Zealand are playing their Pakistan are playing the first Super 8 game in Premadasa. Rest two are in Palakele. So that is why I don't know how the conditions will be in Palakele. I think Palakele is reverse. You can chase well there.
And it's a good batting.
It's a good batting pitch. So
Yeah. That's where I think England and New Zealand will fancy the
Yeah.
chances. But if it's in
Colombo, then they're
that's why I picked England and Sri Lanka to go from that group.
then they're in a pickle.
Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka is looking very, very good.
Patum, well, good news
they're-
for Delhi Capitals,
Yeah,
guys.
it's
Yeah.
fantastic news. I'm
What a
glad.
fielder.
Kyle Jamieson, Pathum Nissanka.
Yeah.
Two informed players they've got.
David Miller also
By
not
the
looking
way,
bad.
I'm not kidding. In a auction preview, I remember screaming our lungs out that go for Kyle Jamieson and Pathum Nissanka. The IPL teams.
I
sleeping.
think I should have framed it or
Only
something.
Delhi.
I
Pathum,
remember
6 crores, right?
four.
Four.
That list that I had come up with, it had those players that I wanted Delhi to sign. Those players were there. Duckett was there. Nissanka was there. Miller was there.
Yeah.
10 out of 10 on auction.
Wow. No, they've gotten some good players. And Pathum Nissanka, that Asia Cup 100 that he got.
Against
Plus the
India.
one against Australia. And
Look
that
at that
catch.
blinder of a catch he took.
Maxwell.
No, I'm saying from that time, before the auction, that 100 he had got.
Yes.
from India. This Australia though has come now.
Yeah.
Ahead of the auction.
Plus, good introduction of Dushan Hemanta also. Looks like a decentish spinner at that point. So, yeah. Looking good, Sri Lanka. But again, if they enter the semi-final and they face India, they'll have to go to India.
They'll have to. India only now goes to Colombo if they come up against Pakistan.
In the
semis or
final. Yeah.
Whatever. That is if Pakistan reaches those.
आशीष दरेन यूजी क्रिकेट में जुनून पर कमेंट्री में सुकून. Okay.
What does that mean?
Yuzi Chell is on commentary and I think he likes his commentary. That's
Oh,
what
that's
I
nice.
think.
Okay.
Yeah. But Ashish Das says India beat West Indies only once in the T20 World Cup since 2007. Yes.
Oh.
Yes. It happened in 2014 if I'm not mistaken. Because you didn't play in 2000, you lost in 2009, you lost in 2010, you lost in 2016.
16, so everyone remembers.
Yeah. And you didn't play in 21 or 22 against them. So, yeah, that's only one victory you have against them.
Sarat Chandra Yalamarti says, Nick sir, just saw schedule of teams where South Africa is going to play 6 games with final in Ahmedabad, 2 in Delhi. The only semi-final they play outside. Why no foreign voices of less travel, partiality not being talked? Good point, Sarat Chandra. But I pointed that out for even Pakistan was making a hue and cry during Champions Trophy. Everyone else was. But see, all these things don't matter. Indian team didn't make fuss of it when they traveled to Colombo, came back. They went there, played their game, took their points, came back here. No stress at all.
Yeah.
Freaking Awesome says New Zealand will play all their Super 8 games in Premadasa. Other teams, England, Sri Lanka and Pakistan will play 2 games in Palakere. Don't you think it is unfair to New Zealand?
Depends if they do well in the toss.
No, they're saying turning track.
Turning track.
Yeah, but again, I see these are little things. That's a luck of the draw. Whatever has happened.
Maybe it's becoming the new world order in cricket because, see, with India, those things were being said for the Champions Trophy as well. India got the luxury and you selected so many spinners knowing there's going to be no travel, same pitch, same venue, ring of fire, etc., etc. All of that was known, so you selected the squad accordingly. There is South Africa who played the 3 matches that they've played. They played at the Narendra Modi Stadium.
They played, this was their first game away.
Yeah, Sunday also they're playing at Narendra Modi.
Yeah, they're back. So
Doesn't matter.
doesn't matter. Indeed.
Lazy Lad says Dubey is a better package than Cam Green in T20s. Green looks clueless in every format. He's not had a great time, I must say.
So
had a
after
terrible time.
since
decent
return from
inning-
injury.
One decent inning I think he had in Pakistan, but that's about it.
Even
He's been
there, I
terrible.
mean, ever since his comeback, it's
Yeah.
pretty bad.
Yeah.
Priyansh.
Okay. Pawan Hola. Next,
Pawan
sir, if
Hola.
India and Pak both qualify from their respective groups, where India finished first and Pakistan second from their respective group, then will we see India Pak in semis in Sri Lanka, or is it preceded? No. Pawan, for everyone who wants to know, if India draw Pakistan, they will have to play in Colombo.
Colombo.
Yes.
That is the deal that Pakistan has struck because of the hybrid. So if India are to play Pakistan, whether it's in the semis or if it is in the final, those game or that one game, because it could only be one game, either semi or final, will happen in Colombo. So Pakistan have to play all their games in Colombo.
Which is
That
why
will be
March 4th, when you look at the schedule, it's a TBC.
Uh-huh.
March 5 is Mumbai. That semi-final will be there.
Yes, so that will be a March 4th is a Pakistan
Pakistan.
semi.
Yeah.
Whatever said and done, Pakistan will play the March 4th semi. If they qualify, then it's in Colombo. If they don't qualify, then
It'll be
it's
in
in
India.
Exactly the scenario had in 2023.
Yeah.
Mumbai and Kolkata, if it was Pakistan India, then India would have played in
Kolkata.
Kolkata. Otherwise, Mumbai, and you eventually played New Zealand in Mumbai.
But
Also,
that's typically if Pakistan qualify, then they're playing in Colombo. It doesn't matter whether they play India or not.
yeah.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
So they've kept that slot. If Pakistan
Pakistan.
qualify, they have to play on 4th.
And their opponent then will also be
Yeah.
playing
We'll
there.
have to travel to Colombo.
Yes.
Simple.
By the way, quick word on that Siraj jersey, Siddharth, you were pointing out that Abhishek had come out wearing. That's because he forgot his jersey at the team hotel.
Abhishek.
Is he getting Rohit Sharma vibes? He forgets all the things. Oh,
He's
but
forgetting to connect the ball.
connect the ball also, I know. I think he's taken Vivian Richards, Mohammad Siraj very seriously, I guess. 3 ducks on the trot.
My God.
My goodness, this is I don't think anybody's had this level of bad luck in the T20. I can't think of anybody else. I know the head coach had a disastrous start in 2007.
Sam Ayub in
Asia Cup. Even here, that 1-6 that he got was a leading edge. He looked clueless against Bumrah.
Yeah. I remember
He's a better bowler than a batter. Now.
Yes.
He's a decent bowler, yeah.
Very good bowler.
Sam
Yeah.
Ayub.
He is.
Really
He
turns it
troubled you in the Asia Cup as well.
Yeah. He has more wickets than
But
runs
he-
against India.
Batter he can't, yeah.
He's got more wickets than runs against India.
I'm sure. Steve Ticolo says, Nick sir, you look tired today. Yeah,
Tired
too tired.
travel.
Quick trip, in and out, travel. Yes, I am tired. Okay, Priyanshu says, there is
De Kock, Rickleton, Miller in South Africa. In West Indies, there is Hetmeyer, Rutherford. Sundar is the off-spin option ready for Super 8 stage. Aryan Dutt and Basdaleda can perform well. Of course, Aryan Dutt got the wicket of Abhishek.
Yeah.
But yeah, Basdaleda is a good addition, although he's not had... I mean, Logan Van Beek should have been much better at this point.
Sarath Chandra says happiest man right now is Mohammad Amir.
Of course,
Because
his
we know
predictions kept turning out to be
he
true.
called Abhishek a slogger.
but
That was a
also
bad
an
shot, yeah.
exaggeration. Yeah.
That is a bad shot, but yeah, he's not a slogger. A slogger would be...
Yeah.
Not a
He's
slogger.
not, he's not.
He's
You've
not a
seen him
slogger.
play, you know. He's
There's a method to the
Yeah.
madness.
Okay, we'll take your leaves. Thank you so much for joining us, giving us company. We're going to be back mid-innings.
Yes.
Hopefully, big total coming up. Some good Indian batting. Enjoy that. And we'll see you mid-innings and, of course, the post-match show as well.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See you soon.